자, 여러분 안녕하세요. 엄근입니다. 자, 오늘 NBA 2K20 애틀랜타 대 골든스테이트 경기 12월 3일 경기 한번 플레이 해보도록 하겠습니다. 애틀랜타 홈 경기이기 때문에 애틀랜타 호크스, 그 다음에 골든스테이트 워리어스. 트레이 형 빼놓고는 사실 애틀랜타에 비해서 골든스테이트도 뭐 그렇게 꿀리진 않기 때문에 양 팀 다 그냥 좀 약한 팀이라고 보면 될 것 같습니다. 제가 최근에 골든스테이트로 계속 연패 중인데, 물론 실제 경기로도 골든스테이트가 계속 지고 있긴 하지만 오늘 경기는 꼭 이기도록 하겠습니다.
And the 2K20 crew, my friends, my family, everybody, man. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving, and let's get some stuff in.
I'm grateful for the day after Thanksgiving where we have leftovers at my grandmother's house.
Thankful for the
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming right up, the Hawks taking on the Warriors. For Atlanta, a chance to get a much-needed win here at home. A game that can change the course for their season. This could be the moment where they rise up. Warriors. Hawks is next. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Young.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Now Golden State's starting 5. Green and Cauley Stein are down low. Alec Burks is out there with Robinson. And it's Pascal in at the small forward position. And for Atlanta, Hunter is out there with Parker. Then it's Jones. Then it's Reddish. And it's Young in at the point. And with the departure of KD, the Warriors able to bring in D'Angelo Russell from the Nets. In return, Greg, how do you like that fit for Golden State?
You know, offensively, fits the high skill level they're known for. Defensively, it might be tougher, but his youth, another positive as their other stars enter their 30s.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Now, here is Young. Outside, Jones. Jacks up a 3, and it's Young.
놓쳤다.
Time on the assist by Jones.
Using a quick, compact release, Trae Young, very difficult to guard.
Robinson passes to Cauley Stein. It's stolen by Jones. Now, here's Hunter. He's covered closely. Outside, Jones. The pass to Reddish. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Clock at 6. Pass to Young. There's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are 2 teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Lloyd Pierce. David.
Well, Kevin, he gave me some broad strokes regarding the game plan. He said we want to work the ball into the paint, high percentage looks, and then get to the foul line if we can. We'll see how they try to accomplish that throughout the game. Kevin?
Thank you, David. We're just halfway through the season. Brent, talk about the value of leadership and keeping everyone focused night in and night out.
A lot of that will come from your coaching staff and the messaging, but I will tell you what, Kevin, playing with a star player that goes out there and does it night after night, watching James Harden, watching Russell Westbrook, watching Steph Curry have the kind of unreal performances for the game 56, the game 68. You're just sitting there in amazement. You want to step up and say, you know what, I want to be there for you.
But to me, that may be the most important. Like every game they're there. Like every single game.
They are there. They're excited to be there. They're excited for you to be playing, and they raise the level of your attentiveness to being competitive on a nightly basis. And truly, those guys become inspirational to you.
Count that one.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. For 3, they get the rebound. That's a 2 from Parker. No good from the wing.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
어,
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
Let's take a look at Alec Burks' number. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. Averaging about 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up. Fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Now, here is Young. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Robinson, that's good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive
야,
zone.
저 3점 잘
Shots
내네.
good from Young.
Difficult to try to stick with Trae Young, especially when he's rising up there.
Burks dishes to Green. And he banks in the layup.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Young passes to Hunter. Burks with the steal. And that one is stuffed right through.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Here's Young. 6 points for him. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Trae
좀
Young,
장난
so
아니면서.
fun to watch that smooth stroke.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Yeah, and quick, like as quick as possible. That was a dismal showing, especially for them at the offensive end.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on
아,
the
저
floor.
트레 형
Not just the
잘하네.
accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Here's Spellman. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami. Here's Chris. Basket pool. Here's Spellman. Just 4 to shoot. And it's blocked. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. We'll take a look at the Hawks. They were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance.
And right now for the Hawks, they're already looking to the offseason. And that's a shame. Their fans deserve a little bit more from this team.
The body language right now kind of telling the story. Losing takes a huge toll on you, especially during an 82-game grind. Maybe not a super athlete or at least a hyper athlete in the Westbrook mode, but Trae Young's ball handling ability does some incredible things for him out there on the floor to create space and help him change pace for those kind of angles where he can score.
Here's Spellman. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
He's a guy they
공격할 수
count on to
있는
produce
포인트가
from
없네.
the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Len passes to Fernando. From deep. Warriors with the rebound. And you love the aggressiveness of Young, tacking off the dribble, and Brent, for his size, able to finish inside.
Well, he can get to the inside. He can shake guys loose. It's his ability to see the floor, Kevin. But it still comes down to that range where Trae Young has confidence to pull up from just about anywhere to get his offense going.
The Warriors have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And speeding up the offense, something the Hawks began last season.
It was interesting for the Hawks kind of zigging while everybody's zagging as they made it a priority to get to the offensive glass, along with tons more field goal attempts in their offense, and it's been giving some defenses fits.
Shot clock at 5. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Here's Hunter. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Warriors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Down low, Chris. Blocked. Now, here's Hunter. Last time, 14 points for him. Tries from 10. Doesn't go that time. The Warriors go the other way with it. Bowman. Turner covering. Here's Spellman. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Lee passes to Chris. Back to Lee. Lets it fly. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And here is Hunter. Here's Turner. He nails it, and we're tied up.
It's not the prettiest release in the league, but Evan Turner owns it, as unorthodox as it is, consistent at sinking the interior shot.
Great. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover, because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable, just crippling defense.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Hawks, they've got Evan Turner laying out there with Hunter. And it's Fernando in at the 4 slot. And the Hawks with possession here. The Warriors making the shot. And the foul called on Amari Spellman. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Turner. Tries again. And the layup is up and in. Turner's got it all tied up now for Atlanta.
This is where Turner impresses you with his strength, able to take a little bit of a hit before finishing.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Hawks have been in rebuild mode for the last couple of years, but this season brings a lot of optimism. Passing on Luka Doncic, the Hawks drafted Trae Young. It was much scrutinized, but Young came on down the stretch. His playmaking makes other people better, and also, they hope, will attract a free agent or two. Now the Hawks have added several rookies, starting with DeAndre Hunter. They believe they're poised to make some noise in the East. Kevin?
They took that gamble with Doncic and getting Young. We'll see what happens. Thank you, D.A. Parker's shot is off.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Hunter kicks to Bembry. Hunter, the pass to Turner. Fades away. And that one is off. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. And Poole gets it to go. Poole's got 6 points in the quarter.
Now, Draymond Green, we know he plays with attitude and he plays with force. And his teammates appreciate the unselfish approach he has.
Left side, Turner. Green against Parker. 6 to shoot. Fires from deep. Nailed from three-point land.
And coming from a background with for head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, I think he's great at just being a cheerleader and a confidence builder for this young team. I believe that to be a good fit here in Atlanta. He brings a great hands-on approach, and very, very important for him to think about player development as these young guys grow together.
Timeout called the Warriors. Now the shot clock resets to 14 seconds on an offensive rebound. Brent, do you like that change?
I think digging into the numbers a little bit, Kevin, it only affects about 3% of total possessions.
Is that all?
Yeah, throughout the course of the year, not in any given game. So it's very, very,
no kidding,
very, very minimal what happens. But what I like is that, you know, players have to reset quickly with 14 on the clock, and I think coaches are starting to think about how it is they might have quick sets as opposed to getting the ball to the top of the key and trying to run through a traditional set. Maybe you have quick sets after the reset to get yourself a better shot.
More strategy. Here's Parker following the basket by Draymond Green. Parker kicks to Bembry. Out to Parker, over Green. Green with the block.
You can see Draymond Green so fired up every time he has a chance to impact the game defensively.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Young taking his time here. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Hawks shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Now, here's Burks. He's coming off a 16-point game against Miami. Nice move. And Jones sends it down. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The shot by Stein, no good.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Bembry the pass to Jones. Outside, Green. Burks on the wing. Golden State moving it around. To the middle, Robinson finds Green. Stein against Jones. Here's Green. Ball stolen. Parker outside. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And this is tough to stop if you're the defense. They have just gotten locked in from three-point range.
And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
The Warriors have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
Atlanta's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Passes it to Jones. Now Young. There's the pass to Bembry. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Spellman's checked in. Clock at 4. To the paint. Here's Fernando. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Parker with it. 11 points for him in that last game against the Rockets in Houston. Bangs home the trifecta.
Now the defense full attention and antennas up. Trae Young getting warm. This Hawks team built around youth, and probably the most attention-getting younger player is Trae Young, with an unbelievable second half to his rookie season, almost challenging Luka Doncic for the Rookie of the Year. Trae Young, an incredible shooter, but plays with a tremendous amount of confidence, and we'll see how far that confidence can take this young core as they continue to grow under their young coach, Lloyd Pierce.
And the question for Young now, can he reach the level Curry has?
I think that question is just completely misplaced. We're going to just try to let Trae Young be the best version of himself. He reminds you of Steph Curry, but those accomplishments are, I think, a little bit out of reach, Kevin. Trae Young does have in front of him an unbelievable opportunity here in Atlanta to become and push his potential as far as he wants it to go.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Reddish with the ball. Robinson picks him up. His shot is good, making it a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
Atlanta making a switch here. Hunter's checked in. Here's Pascal. 17 points for him last game against Miami.
Well, what helps that out a lot is he got to the free throw line, which was a real game changer. It slowed down the opposition's momentum and made them play to his team style.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first. All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Robinson finds Cauley Stein. Got a piece of it.
골든스테이트 쓰레기 팀이네.
Young inside. Burks covering, and Young with the basket on the assist by Hunter. And that's now 21 points for Trae Young. Here's Spellman. Offensive struggles continue, missing.
너무 안 들어가지잖아.
Young with no one around. Offline with his three. And so it's Atlanta. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this. We saw Trae Young lighting it up.
저 트레이 형 저 대머리한테 계속 따라.
21 points. And it's just about time now for the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Yeah, and through the first two quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Green and Cauley Stein are down low. Robinson is out there with Alec Burks. And it's Pascal in at the three. The Warriors shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Brent, if you were building an offensive system from scratch, what would be your favorite style of play?
I would really tend to lean on three guards that could handle the basketball, Kevin. Guys who can initiate plays from all over the floor and really look to find players that are smart about playing off the ball. You combine three of those guys with a skill set. One has it, and the other two are maneuvering around. They're going to cause so much commotion. They're going to cause so many breakdowns defensively within a possession that a multitude of playmaking players, that would be tremendous. And all of those, there was the Ron Harpers of the world that helped accentuate what they could do on the perimeter.
Oh, the lob to Parker and the dunk by Parker.
Well, he's got a wide reach, so Parker's stretching out that time and grabbing it and throwing it down.
It's Robinson high post. 8 points for him. And that one's good. Green.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Here's Parker and the dunk by Parker.
Parker, a very good second jumper and pretty nifty around the basket. Controls his body very well.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Yeah, you can't make any excuses right now for them giving the ball up as much as they have in this one. Hopefully they can get on the same page during this timeout.
Lenz checked in for Jabari Parker. Bowman, defended by Young. Bowman passes to Green. Here's Chris.
아,
And the
여기
ball goes
진짜
out of bounds. Last
어지간히
touch
안
by
들어간다.
Lamb.
골든스테이트
Now we
진짜
get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December.
4승 16패
Take a
할만해.
look at the Warriors. They've had a very slow start to the season so far, down in the bottom half of the conference.
And for the Warriors, they've fallen all too quickly down to that spot at the bottom of the standings. If any team needed a bright start, it was them.
Yeah, with the quality of a lot of teams they're now staring up at, it's going to be difficult for them to bounce back from this kind of start and make a huge climb up the standings.
And Young kicks to Reddish. The Hawks working the ball around. Young with the ball. Now Green defending. Great D that time from Green.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And a moment now to check out who the Warriors have coming up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And then on Monday, they'll continue the road trip heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks.
And that one against the Bulls, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
Evan Turner, he's checked in for Damian Jones. Here's Young, and the layup's good off the glass. Young's got 25 points in the game.
The threat of Trae Young, we talk so much about gravity in the NBA. It's unlocking some other scoring options. Strong take.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Andre Bembry's checked in for Atlanta. Bowman passes to Chris. And that one goes. Feeding him with the lead pass.
Quick decision making from Marquise Chris. Fantastic at knowing when to shoot off the pass.
Here's Young. Chris with the rebound. Warriors trail by 15.
It's really all about Trae Young and his skill. And you know how many hours that takes, Kevin? I mean, he is putting time in the gym to show you what he's capable of out here on this floor, and he makes it look easy.
5 on the clock. Lee passes to Green. He can't get it to go.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And Turner kicks to Young. Pass to Bembry. Over to the wing. On deep. Young's shot is off. And Brent for Trae Young. Remarkable how his game has grown.
It's going to be interesting over the next 3 to 5 years what kind of layers Trae Young can add to his game. We know he is a prolific shooter. He's got deep range. He's a good playmaker. But how good does he want to be? We're going to find out how complete he can be.
Omari Spellman has come in for the Warriors. Young passes to Fernando. Young inside. 25 points in the game. Off with the layup. Warriors trail by 13. To the inside. Chris. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Outside Turner. Pass to Fernando. Young with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Latrey drills the three-pointer. Young's got 28 points for the game.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Lee, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. In the third spot, Trae Young.
really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal. This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Parker's checked in for Atlanta.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And Young kicks to Parker. Robinson's checked in for Lee. Here's Young. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in.
리바운드도 안 돼.
Young's got 30.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
And here's a look at the stats for Robinson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
And he overshot that one, missing. Warriors trail by 14. And Chris throws it down.
Now, Marquise Chris is becoming one of those guys you got to see when he's jamming it down.
Embry the pass to Turner. Parker outside. Outside Turner. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to the Bembry. Warriors with the rebound. Chris has got his 5th rebound in this one. No good. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back.
저 바보.
Hawks lead. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Atlanta leading by 12. Parker out there with Evan Turner. Then it's Trey Young. Then it's Jones. And it's Reddish in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And the foul on Alec Burks. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here's Parker. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. Haskell's shot is off. Atlanta shooting 47%, pretty solid. And the wide open shot from Reddish. A 3-pointer off the mark. Warriors trail by 12. Pulls up on the wing. Haskell's shot is off.
Well,
저거 안 들어가면 좀 심하다, 무막하네.
cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Young, right side. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Turner. Another shot. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Cauley Stein's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Turner against Burks. Young with the steal. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Reddish. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And the Hawks making a change here. Hunter's checked in. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Warriors trail by 14. Burks on the wing. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. The shot by Cauley Stein.
아, 저건 넣어줘야지 진짜.
So good
아,
at getting to the
센터마저.
rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one.
쟤네는 3점 이렇게 잘 들어가는데. 아, 골든스테이트 진짜 쓰레기들. 너무 안 들어가네.
Yeah, the buckets
아.
have been few and far between, and neither team able to get into any sort of offensive rhythm.
Dishes to Green. Good D by Parker. And so it's Parker with it. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Parker continues to work, always wanting to get better. Always thought of as a high motor player.
And Parker drops them both. Greg, this season is the first time in the last 4 or 5 years that Golden State will not be the prohibitive favorites to win it all.
I mean, back-to-back devastating injuries in the finals. Kevin Durant departing in free agency with time and health. Will they retake the throne? So we'll just have to wait and see.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
저런 게
Parker's got 4
이게
points now in the
CPU들은
quarter.
되게 잘
You
되는데.
got to just be in position, and that time Jabari was deep enough and pretty much game over for the D.
Robinson finds Cauley Stein, and he can't bank that one in. Here's Atlanta. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. And the foul on Glenn Robinson. That's his 4th foul of the contest. When it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is that, in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations.
Wow.
And when that stuff happens with a
쟤네들은
player who's going
다
to earn a
들어가지는데.
supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed and fix the media.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait. That's
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Atlanta Hawks. And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Young, 2 points. That one goes. Young's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Inside. Green in the post. He's against Parker.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in. Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
And Young kicks to Jones. Back to Young. Just 5 to shoot. And again, it's Atlanta.
He just gets this offense going. Young operating in the mid-range this time.
You know, the NBA not the only league with great players and great play. Talk about some of the other prominent leagues around the world. There's some terrific competition.
Some great competition overseas in the Turkish leagues. Some very good players that play in the Russian league. There are some great players who are coming out of Australia, and we're actually seeing players now skip playing in the G League to go down to Australia to start their development and professional career. So when we talk about the world game, Kevin, we're not joking around. It's a very real thing, and we continue to invite the best players that we can find, and they come from all over.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Jabari Parker. Carter comes in for Hunter. Crab's checked in for Reddish. And Tyrone Wallace is subbed in for Young. Wallace against Burks. Wallace misses. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Lee outside. And there's the pass to Spellman. Now here's Burks. He's guarded by Cram. Spellman, no good. Atlanta leading by 23.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Hawks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Trae Young.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised. Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Lee. They get it again. Chris gets the bucket.
He has the tools and the physical advantages. Marquise Chris wanting to be more active on the offensive glass.
Parsons outside. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.
아, 골든스테이트 또 졌네요. 아, 쉽지 않네, 역시. 자, 이렇게 해서 NBA 2K20 애틀란타 호크스 대 골든스테이트 워리어스 경기 12월 3일 경기 플레이해봤고요. 방송 여기까지 하도록 하겠습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.